YouTube, how's it going? I got division by division draft grades. So we're going team by team, division by division. Then we're going to have one winner for each division. And then we're going to match all those teams up and see who the biggest winner of the draft was. So let's break down some of these drafts here. Starting with the Patriots. So for each team, I got my favorite pick, best pick, Sony Michel. We did a best pick per team video that was not including first rounders. It was kind of like the sleeper best picks or the wild card best picks. But my favorite pick for the Patriots is Sony Michel. They finally got a clear-cut #1 running back. I love that pick. The worst pick was Danny Etling from LSU. I didn't think there was any way he was going to get drafted. So, I mean, obviously when the Patriots draft a quarterback, I kind of doubt myself on the player, I guess, because Patriots should know their quarterbacks. But I think they just drafted a career backup here. I don't know if he was even going to be that, but now maybe I think he's going to be a backup just because the Patriots drafted him. I just didn't really see much in him. People like DJ Chark, and they bashed his quarterback. He would have had better production, so I'm not sure about Danny Etling, but the good thing is there's a late pick. Sleeper pick would be Braxton Berrios. I had a 7th round to undrafted grade on him. They get him in the 6th, but it's a sleeper pick because they need another receiver. He's their style of receiver, and I think he can make an impact early on in his career, even though they did get him around earlier than I thought he would go. It's a sleeper pick. It's a guy to look out for. Other guys they picked, Isaiah went in the 1st. I thought he would go around the 23 pick range, so solid pick. Duke Dawson, maybe a round too early, even though I think he'll make an impact, and I think he's a good player, but mainly just a slot player. He can be physical at times, but we've seen him struggle to tackle. Tennessee games, he couldn't bring down John Kelly. Struggle with that a little bit. So good player. He's going to make an impact, but a little early, just a little bit. Juwan Bentley in 5th round, another guy that I like, but I thought would be more of that 6th, 7th round. They get him in round 5. I do like him. High motor guy. Excellent college career. People thought of him as maybe that college linebacker, not really the NFL guy. We will see. Christian Sam from Arizona State in the 6th round. I think a pretty solid pick. I thought it'd be like a 5th round pick. I think he can make an impact, but they drafted the same position before him in Juwan Bentley, so we'll see if that happens. We talked about Braxton Berrios, Danny Etling. 7th round, a couple more picks. Keon Crossan from Western Carolina. Did not have a grade on him. Luckily, it was in the 7th round. Ryan Izzo, the tight end from Florida State, I thought was a 7th round player. They took him 7th round. So maybe the end of their draft isn't the most appealing. They had some good picks here and there, but not too exciting here. So my grade is going to be a B. I was going to give them a B minus, but then they did gain a good amount of draft picks for next year, which that shouldn't have a huge factor in the draft class. But so I bumped it up to a B, basically, is what I'm saying. So they get a B. Let's go ahead and see what the other teams. I have the other teams with here. The Jets are next up. As you can see, I have the best pick is Nathan Shepard. I like Nathan Shepard, freakish guy. I thought he would go in round 3, though, and that's where they got him. But a lot of upside to him. Seems like they're good at developing defensive players. Let's hopefully they can do that in offense. So he's my favorite pick, but not a super crazy good pick. Worst pick is Trenton Cannon, Virginia State running back. I didn't have a grade on Trenton Cannon, and they took him in the 6th. I guess that's a good thing. It's late, but I think it's a guy they could have got undrafted, but I guess they wanted to make sure they got him. They liked him a lot, so they wanted to make sure they get him. And sleeper picks Perry Nickerson. Some thought maybe 3rd or 4th round. They get him in the 6th. They needed a corner as well, so he can make an impact early on in his career. Other picks are Sam Darnold, 3rd overall. Most people like this pick. I'm not super high on Darnold. I think he's going to struggle at first. I think he's got potential, though. But then the good thing is we thought he was going 1. They get him at 3. So that's the upside in my case. Then we talk about Nathan Shepard. They didn't have a 2nd round pick, unfortunate. Chris Herndon in the 4th round. I thought that's where he would go. Athletic tight end, a lot of upside. Even though that's where I thought he would go, not a lot of value. I do like him. I do like him on the Jets. A lot of upside there. Did not have a 5th. Foley Fedakasi in the 6th. The defense tackle from UConn. Thought he'd be a 5th, maybe 6th. That's where they get him. Can make an impact early on, possibly, because you do have Shepard in front of him, and they already have pretty solid D linemen. So not a lot of picks, nothing super appealing, but they got some good players that can make an impact early. I gave him a B+. B+ for the Jets. Let's see if either of these other 2 teams, the Bills or the Dolphins, could beat them out here. We'll see. Bills. My favorite pick, best pick, goes to Tremaine Edmonds. As you know, one of my favorite players in the draft. They get him mid-first round. I thought he was going to go early first round. So excellent pick, instant impact, and he's only 19 years old. High ceiling. Worst pick is Teron Johnson, corner, Weber State. I'm not saying he's a bad player at all. A lot of these worst picks, I don't think they're bad players. It's just where they took them. I thought was 6th round, maybe. A lot of upside, possibly. Better coaching than Weber State. But, again, I think it was early 4th round. They want another corner, obviously. And then sleeper pick, I went with Wyatt Teller. They got him in the 5th. I thought it would be a 4th round pick. A guard, I think, that can play early on in his career for Buffalo. They needed another guard. You always see these guards that are drafted 4th, 5th, 6th round. They always make an impact early on. I think he could be one of them. I did like the Saron Neal pick, too. That was a sleeper pick. But, yeah, we'll break down the rest of this year. Josh Allen was their first pick. A little high for me. I think he'll struggle early on in his career. Does have a lot of potential, though. But then you look at it, that was their guy. We all know that was their guy. We expected them to go up to like 2 or 4 or 5 and trade away way more than they did. I knew they were going to end up with him. So at the end of the day, that's kind of a win. At pick 7, didn't have to give up a lot. We talked about Tremaine Edmonds. Harrison Phillips in round 3. Some really early on in the stage, people thought late first. I always thought 2nd round. They get him in the 3rd. A lot of upside there. Strong dude. Took on double teams and high production with that. So impressive. Remind me of a Kyle Williams. I think other people compared him to Kyle Williams too. Ends up in Buffalo. Near future, Kyle Williams got to retire, so Harrison Phillips can step in there. And we talk about Teron Johnson, round 5. Saron Neal. I like him a lot. Ability to play in the slot. Physical guy. Does let people behind him at times, but physical guy. I like the upside of him in the near future. 6th and 7th, didn't really wow there. Rayway McLeod. Athletic slot receiver, good speed. Austin Prohl. From North Carolina, didn't get much action in college, maybe more upside for the NFL. His dad played in the NFL, but so didn't really wow those last 2 picks, but the Wyatt Teller in the 5th round was pretty darn good. Tremaine Edmonds, Harrison Phillips, excellent picks there. They got their quarterback, so I gave the Bills an A-. I think they did what they had to do. Yeah, we'll discuss more in a little bit here. We got to go on to the Jets. Or not the Jets, the Dolphins. We already talked about the Jets. Sorry about that. We're going on to the Dolphins. So the Dolphins, we got best pick, Minkah Fitzpatrick in the 1st round. Obviously a guy that can play right away, can play multiple positions, very smooth, good technician, defensive back. Like him a lot. I mean, that's obviously where I thought he would go around that range. Good player, though. Worst pick, Cornell Armstrong, DB, Southern Miss. Did not have a grade on him, but it was in the 6th round. And then sleeper pick would be Jerome Baker. They got him in the 3rd round. I thought his talents, his skill level was 2nd round, but I thought he would go in the 3rd, maybe undersized. But he's a playmaking linebacker. I think he fits the Dolphins perfectly. I think they could have used a linebacker as well. So I think he can make an impact early on in his career. So that's why he's the sleeper pick. Could have went with one of the tight ends. I'm realizing now they got 2 tight ends, 2 good ones too. Kalen Ballage can make an impact early. But back to the top, yeah, Mike Gesicki in the 2nd round. That's where we thought he would go, athletic tight end. I like what they did here. I'm kind of analyzing these draft classes as I'm doing it here, live kind of. I'm liking this more, Gesicki and Durham Smythe. Durham Smythe is more of a blocking tight end, but could be used in the pass game. And then you got Gesicki, who's the weapon tight end. We talked about Jerome Baker. Kalen Ballage can make an impact as a 2nd running back. Cornell Armstrong, a little early for me. Quentin Poling, I thought he was a sleeper 7th rounder. They take a kicker. I thought Carlson would be the only kicker drafted, so they take one, but this is very late, so not a big deal here. So the grade that I gave them was an A-. So we have a tie between the Bills and the Dolphins. I have to find something to split them up, even though looking at it now, I start to like the Dolphins draft a little more, mainly because of tight ends. That's 2 of the same positions, though. And then looking at the Bills, something to split these 2 up. The Bills, we thought they would trade away a lot of their picks, make less picks. They did not. They kept a lot of their picks, made good picks. And then Tremaine Edmonds is really going to set me over the top here. And that's why the tiebreaker goes to the Bills. I'm going to have them winning the AFC East. Tremaine Edmonds, love his upside, one of my favorite players in the draft. So I had to find something to split them up, and that's going to be what it is. The Bills win the draft class. Good job to the other teams. Good job to the Dolphins. I like their picks, that tight end duo and Fitzpatrick Baker. It's a solid class. A minus, obviously. I think it's a solid class. I just like what the Bills did. I thought I was kind of pre-draft. I was kind of scared the Bills would kind of blow it, honestly, and they didn't. So good job to the Bills. They win the AFC East. We're gonna keep on going through the divisions until we have a big winner. Well, then we're gonna be left with 4 teams, AFC, 4 teams, NFC, and they're gonna keep on. We're gonna keep on going until we have a winner. Bottom line. Thanks for everybody's support. We're able to keep on doing this and keep on upgrading our content because of you guys, so I appreciate it. Hopefully we can continue to grow. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. That'll do it for this video. Stay tuned for more division breakdowns. Goodbye.